Hello, today I am going to be talking about how extremely important it is to report domestic violence. Domestic violence is a vicious cycle of physical, mental, and emotional abuse. According to researchers, women and young girls are the victims of domestic violence the most. However, um, men can be victims too. So, men and women can both play roles as being abusers. We've seen this firsthand with the Johnny Depp trial, how he was abused and he was embarrassed. Over the average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner or even someone within the home uh, in the United States. During 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men. Family domestic violence is a secret killer. Uh, you can go anywhere and not know if someone is truly in trouble. This often gets swept under the rug, and with no thought to the lasting effects this has on people that are involved. Today, my goal is to persuade you it is very important to even report it to the proper authorities. One, you want to know the signs of being in an abusive relationship or having an abusive partner. This can be his aggression or her aggression. This can be knowing and seeing how they isolate you from family members, friends, and how you are the only one that's going to do things with them and only them. And get help. Go to counseling. That is one of the first steps to recognizing that you are in an abusive relationship and you need help making a safety plan to get out of a relationship. Many females or males um, do not make it out. I did. I was a victim for many years, and I made the choice to make a change. Obviously, I had a great supportive family, and they helped me get through this. And it's not something I ever talk about anymore. My boys are older. It's been about 15 years. I've never looked back. Physical abuse entails of hitting, biting, kicking, slapping. Emotional abuse is more so telling you you're worthless, who's going to want you, I'm the only one that takes care of you, you won't make it without me. And mental abuse, this is your fault. Just so you know and we're clear, being in a domestic violence relationship is never the victim's fault. It doesn't matter if you folded clothes wrong or if you went somewhere and didn't let them know. It is never the victim's fault. You want to be able to build relationships and get help. So, seeking counseling in the Domestic Violence Resource Center, it helps rebuild safe and hopeful lives of those that are affected by domestic violence. These are backwards just because I have my video faced towards me. Helping End Domestic Violence, these are pamphlets that they give out at the resource centers. They have great information in there to entail how you can get help and letting you know that it isn't your fault. They have finding safety support. And this helps you look for shelters, staying with a loved one that is able to help you. It also helps you get through a very difficult time in your life that you never thought you'd have to go through. You want to find a solution. One of the first steps is you have to really within yourself uh, leave the abuser. This is a personal thing that you have to do. No one can do it for you. You have to do it. You have to want that help to do it. And people have to be trusted. If I wanted to help somebody, I want to gain that person's trust and let them know that I'm not there to save them. I'm there to listen, and I am there to guide them, to help them get through one of the most difficult times in their lives, especially if there's children involved. That's what makes it 100% worse. Because once a victim feels like they don't have anybody, they will completely shut down. That is why they say domestic violence is a silent killer, because the abuser gets away with it most of the time until it gets to a point to where it's so escalated that the victim dies. Counseling is a very important step in this. I mean, this is key. If you get out of the relationship or whatever kind of situation that you're in, you want to go to counseling because you've been so mentally and emotionally hurt and abused that your mindset isn't where it needs to be. You're gonna, these people, these victims, they feel worthless. They feel like there's nobody that loves them, nobody that cares about them, because the abuser has totally destroyed that. And they take something from you, and you want to get that back. And I strongly advise doing counseling. It really helped me. I even did family counseling with my children. It helped us put our pieces back together. Having an amazing support group, my mom, my sisters, my dad, my husband now, helped me get through it all. You want to find a place for emotional and safety support, and so they feel comfortable talking with you. The physical aggression that these victims go through destroys them, and it really does stay with them throughout their lives. And it's really hard to overcome when they feel that it is their fault that it happened in the first place. When they probably their whole lives thought, like, oh, that'll never happen to me. I would never let that happen to me. You meet somebody, they sweep you off your feet, they play those warm, filling heartstrings like, oh, I'm going to give you the world. And then they pull it right from underneath you. That is the most difficult thing that anybody has to go through because their whole world falls apart. If we take a stand together to bring awareness of domestic violence and give voices to those that have been silenced, that is very important, to let these victims know that they are not alone and that there are people out there to help them, to care for them, and where they feel safe and comfortable talking to you. And I really feel that as a community, we can do that. We can help victims. Obviously, you can't go up to them and be like, oh, well, you're in a domestic violence relationship. No. They will talk to you when they're ready. But you always have to let them know that you will always be there for them. You never put them down. You never judge them. And it's never their fault. So please, 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 if you know somebody, if you know of this happening to them, reach out to them, talk to them, and let them know that you will always be there for them. And if they ever need help, they can contact you. Remember, you are someone that can make a difference in their lives, even if it's just a little bit. Thank you. Have a good day.